joining today. You and I together, move it. We are going to get moving in just a moment, but I want to just go through some preliminaries. I'm Leslie Blanche, Family Consumer Science Associate Extension Educator with University of Idaho. I'm in Bonneville County, so southeastern Idaho, and I have group certification in fitness as well as being a registered dietitian. So nutrition and fitness are both passions of mine. And today we're going to be focusing on some simple fitness moves that you can do at home, either a few of these at a time or a whole 25 to 30 minute workout that we'll be doing today. Before I turn on our music, I just want to make sure that you look around. You will need a chair for this workout, and just make sure there aren't any trip and fall hazards. Some tools I'm going to use today are a 7 to 9 inch exercise ball. These are available on Amazon. You just Google exercise ball, 7 to 9 inch. Resistance bands, which are available at many stores and also again online. And then we will be using some hand weights. You might think, wait a minute, I don't have any of those. You can use a large roll of toilet paper because it can add some resistance instead of the ball. You could use a hand towel instead of the band, and it would be a little modified, but would work. Instead of hand weights, you can grab a couple cans of soup or water bottles, or just do the moves without any of the tools. That is still going to be working your muscles and toning. Okay, with that, I'm just going to press play, and we'll give that music a moment. But as we warm up, always so important to warm up, let's go ahead and march in place, and I'm going to be marching toward you so I can make sure this is playing. You can stay near your chair. You can always have one or even both hands on your chair for stability. Okay, technology, that's okay. We're going to keep moving. We're moving it, right? We're going to press and roll those shoulders back and around. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to turn that up just a little tiny tad. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back and around 2 more times. Now we're going to tap those toes. Again, you can be resting your hands, moving your hands, or using that chair for stability. Now my chair is on rollers. That's for demonstration purposes. You should not have a rolling chair. You want to have a sturdy chair with 4 solid legs. Let's tap wide. You have a handout that is attached to this video that describes some of the moves I'm doing today. Tap behind. I'll be following that in a general fashion. There may be some variations in today's workout. One thing I want to remind you of is keep breathing. Sometimes we hold our breath and we don't intend to. You need that oxygen to those muscles. So keep that breath flowing and return to a march. Warming up those chest muscles. We will be working both upper and lower body, and also mid-body today. Pause, let's reach up, pull down, open your hands wide, and then make a gentle fist as if you're pulling an exercise bar down or maybe some blinds. One more time. Wide arms, small circles. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you prefer to sit and do these arm warm-ups, you can do that. You can even march sitting in your chair. All right, let's wiggle those fingers out. And do just a little lunge. We're going to take one leg back, one foot is planted forward. Toes are facing forward, and let's just bend and straighten. So you'll see my heel and back is lifted. Bend and straighten. Welcome, welcome. For those who may just be joining. And then pause, press that heel down and forward. We are warming up through that whole foot, through your toe joints, and through this thigh muscle, quadricep. And bring it back to a march. Let's pump those arms. Take a deep breath. Okay, other side. Plant one foot, the other leg is back now, and we'll lift and lower that heel. So from the side, it looks like this. Lift and lower, keeping that torso tall. Now I'm lifting that heel, and I'm just gonna bend both knees. It can be a very small bend. You could be holding onto that chair or wall or other stable furniture such as a table or desk. Pause. Both knees are bent. Lower the back heel, lift. Lower and lift. Let's march it out. Little wrist circles. Opening those arms, we're going to close. Pause. Stretch through that upper back. And then open. So you'll see my elbows are slightly behind my back. Stretch the chest. One more time. Forward. And open. Let's reach up. Gently circle those wrists. Go ahead and grab some water. If you need to go get some, take that time. It's so important to stay hydrated. We are ready for that ball, or again, you might grab a roll of toilet paper. You can be standing and marching, standing still, or sitting in your chair. I'm going to stand. I've done a lot of sitting today. What I'm doing is bringing that ball to my chest, elbows open wide, think little chicken wings, and pressing that ball with my palms. You are going to feel those chest muscles working. Upper back, shoulders, upper arms, lots are working. Now just press and go faster. Press, press, press. Press and hold. Standing or sitting, we're just going to lift, lift. Ooh, that upper back is kicking in just a little more. Let's have our tailbone toward the earth and draw that navel toward the spine. 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little hand-eye coordination. Let's go ahead and sit down. We did upper body, we'll do lower body now. Placing that ball just above the knees, between those inner thighs. Make sure that chair is stable, feet flat on the floor, shoulders back and down. We're gonna press nice and deeply. You might need or feel more comfortable with your feet a little closer together. Press, press. Let's just do 2 more nice deep ones. And then we're gonna speed it up, just like we did with the hands. Press, press, press. We're drawing that navel toward the spine. Tailbone is pressing into that chair. Press and hold, breathe. Beautiful. Go ahead, tap it out. Toss and catch. And tap wide. Bring it back narrow. We're ready for upper body. Again, this can be done seated or standing. Place that ball in one elbow, and we're going to press. Using that forearm and the heel of the hand to press. It's a little bicep press. Working that front upper arm muscle. Whether you're seated or standing, every once in a while, remind yourself ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. If you're standing, then hips over heels. Double time. Press, press, press. 4, 3, 2. Now press and try to pop that ball. Isometric strength for that arm. Okay, just change arms. Bending, you might need to support that ball or toilet paper roll, but remember, you can be doing this without the ball. You can make a fist and relax. Make a fist and relax. 4, 3, 2. You're gonna go faster now, faster, but a smaller range of motion. Smaller movement. Press and hold. Take that deep breath in through the nose. out through the mouth. Beautiful. That ball is back between the thighs, just above the knees. Walking the feet a little closer. Really get a good grip on that ball. We're going to do leg extensions. Just alternate. Keeping my foot flexed so my toes face that ceiling as I lift. Anchoring my tailbone toward that chair. And your own breathing pattern. Okay, 4 more leg lifts. Beautiful. We are done with that ball or toilet paper roll for today, so set it safely out of the way. We're going to march it out for a minute. Just do a half a minute stretching, but take time for water. Okay, let's stretch those hands. We did some gripping with that ball. We're going to be gripping our resistance band or hand towel if that's what you're using today. You can start out standing or sit down. Either way, we're going to be standing tall. I'm not going to be hunching over. I'm keeping this body, upper body in alignment. Hands are about shoulder height and about shoulder width. Very important to keep the wrists straight. So we don't want them tweaking in or out, up or down, like you've got a wrist brace on. But the elbows need to be slightly bent. And that will help protect the joints as we stretch that band. The beauty of these bands is you can stretch them a little bit, you stretch them a little more, or really big. Keep breathing. And they come in light, medium, heavy, extra heavy. So you can, if you buy them in a pack, you can start out light in advance, or simply use the same band and just make it bigger. Let's pause for a moment. This time we're going to actually bring it to the chest and stretch. My elbows are coming slightly behind my back. Exhale on the exertion. So right here, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. I'm standing, so I'm keeping my knees slightly bent. We've got just 2 more. Nice firm wrist. Pause here. Now you're just trying to tear that band apart. Double time. Lots of upper body muscles working. It's not just arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down and just lightly holding the band. Breathe in. Turn slightly to your right. Breathe out. Breathing in, we're going to sweep up and over. Breathe out. Reaching. It is time to sit back down. We'll place that band around your foot, either foot. Just remember which one you're doing. I'm going to pull that band and lock my elbows to my side, lengthening the leg but keeping the knee soft. I'm just going to begin with small circles. These circles can stay small or gradually grow. You want to really lock those elbows in. That is your anchor for the resistance. Let's reverse. Keeping wrists straight, band with tension in it. Changing pace here. Let's go up and out. Up and in, making a nice arch. Reminding ourselves, navel towards spine, breath needs to keep flowing. Do 1 more set. Meeting up right here, we're going to bring that knee to the chest or toward the chest and then tap the heel all the way down. That's our resistance. We're pushing against the band. Exhale. Okay, now I'm noticing my wrists are kind of tweaking. I need to straighten them out. We want to strengthen those wrists, not strain them. Okay, we're working the abdominals every time we lift our knee and push away. 3, 2, last one. Okay, let's wrap. Whatever leg you were doing, same hand is going to wrap lightly once. And right here, if you don't have a band, you can just go through the motion. Seated or standing, we're bringing that opposite elbow about shoulder height. Put that imaginary wrist brace on, and we're working the back of the upper arm now. Tricep. We work the bicep with that ball, and we'll do it again with the weights. Now we're working the back of the upper arm. 4, 3, 2, come about mid-range and pretend you're knocking on the door with the side of that fist. Knock, knock, knock. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's relax for a moment. Just give yourself a little pat on the back. 10-second stretch break for that working arm. We're going to go right to the other arm. So this time, I'm doing my other arm. Elbow about shoulder height. Firm wrist, stretching out. You can also work downward at an angle. That's still going to get the back of that upper arm. Tailbone toward the earth. Keep breathing. I know I say that a lot, but I have to remind myself. And navel towards spine. Just until we kind of get that groove in our brain for proper alignment becomes a way of living, we might need to remind ourselves. Okay, double time. Knock on the door with the side of this fist. 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what? I'm thinking I just did that same arm, didn't I? Well, instructors make mistakes. If you did that twice, when you go back and watch this video, you can switch arms. Okay, we're switching legs. I confused myself because I mixed it up. Maybe that's my lesson. Don't mix it up, Leslie. All right, toes are upward. Okay, let's reverse that circle. And remember, they can be big. They can be small. Listen to your hip. This whole session, listen to your body. If something doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or maybe you can make it smaller and that feels good. Or just do a few before it gets to a point of strain or pain. Pause. We're going to do that arch. Lift up and out. Up and in. Check the wrists. Keep them in line. Wrists in line with that elbow and knuckles. 3, 2, last one. Okay, knee toward the chest. Here's where we press that heel all the way to the ground. If you need to make that band a little longer, and adjust with the hands. If you want more resistance, make that band shorter. Now you've got to work a little harder, but not to the point of strain, just challenge. 4, 3, 2, okay, so hopefully you folks did both arms, both legs. You can just reach up for a moment, just do a very gentle side bend. Notice I'm not really crunching over to the side. It's more of a reach up, and you can stay there or add a tiny, tiny side bend. All right, let's throw in one more leg exercise real quick. I'm going to make sure that band is open, and if you don't have a band, just do without. Feet and knees are together. I place the band about mid-thigh underneath, and I'm going to just make an X with that band and then lock it in. Now I've got some resistance. Great for outer thighs, hips. We are sitting tall. 4, 3, 2, open midway, and then you can go smaller and faster. So you notice that's a pattern. Large move, small move, and then we can hold for isometric strength. So just picture doing this for 5 minutes. My legs would be screaming. You might be thinking, but we're not moving. But those muscles are still working. Release. All right, seated or standing, we're going to do one more band exercise for upper body. You can even march it out. It's just a chest press, so it can be around the waist or up around the chest. Where is it more comfortable for you? Same motion for that upper back and chest. 4, 3, 2, okay, faster, smaller. Punch, punch, punch. So I'm not extending my arm as far. There's that pattern again. We start with a large range of motion. Now it's smaller range. Now we're going to stretch and just hold. Let's stand or sitting and just take a moment to open that chest. Keep that tailbone tucked under. And bringing that band, the arms either parallel or touching with the knuckles. Stretch the upper back. Open again and very gently release. You are done with your band exercise. Give yourself a hand. That band can be tossed out of the way. Let's get water. A little marching. Stretch those hands. Let's take those fingers like you're taking them for a walk. I'll get closer to the camera. So just one finger at a time, keeping it long, reaching toward the tip of that thumb. Now reverse it. Let's do some brain exercise as well. One more time. And gently circle those wrists. If you're choosing to use hand weights today, go ahead and get those weights. Keeping head above heart. We don't want rapid blood pressure changes, so we're going to bend those knees and use the legs to lift those weights up. You can choose to sit again or stand. Either way, we're going to be working upper body, biceps, so we're back to these front arm muscles. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and if you're standing with me, hips are over those heels. Palms up, you've got your wrist braces on, they're straight. And we lift and lower. Exhale on the lift, that's our more challenging, but we're still working on the way down. Exhale, inhale. You might think, wow, this is slow. It's intended to be that way. We want to work on muscle, not rely on momentum. So your heart rate may be getting up a bit, but that's not the focus of this class. This is not cardiovascular. This is strength training and toning. Okay, we're going to change the count here. Let's just come up halfway and down. Halfway. So this is a little variation. Let's pause here. Now we're going to go up and just come halfway down. Exhale, inhale. Okay, brain work. One arm stays up, one arm starts down, and then we just switch. Switch. Simply inhaling with one and exhaling with the other. Or you can even slow the breath down further. 4. Hugging our sides with those elbows. That isolates that bicep, front upper arm muscle. Okay, I think we've got one more set. Woo, my arms are feeling it. Let's meet up in the middle. Just a little pivot. One big reach. And let's all sit down. Please get water whenever you need it. Placing those weights securely about mid-thigh. We're going to roll those shoulders back and down and climb some stairs. You can think of it as a slow march. Start with whichever knee you want to. We just lift and then switch. Lift. Lift. Where's that belly button? We want to pull it in tight. Train it to come in toward the spine. You can do that throughout your day as you're sitting at your computer, watching TV, even driving. Okay, now just one leg for 4, 3, 2, and we switch 4 times. Go to doubles now. 2, and switch. One more set of doubles. Up for 2 this leg. And 4 singles. Here we go, alternating. Beautiful. All right, one weight. You choose which arm is starting. Knuckles toward the sky. We're going to work this tricep again by lowering and lifting. You can bend that arm about 90 degrees. It might be a little less. Might not go down that far. That's fine. If it feels okay for your elbow, you might be reaching more towards your shoulders. So it's your range of motion here. 2 more. And just pause. Gently reach, reach, reach. Bending that elbow, switching arms now, knuckles toward the sky. I like to support that arm. Again, about a 90 degree. With this arm, for me, I go a little less. Have some tendonitis in that elbow, so listen to your body. It is fine to skip an exercise that doesn't feel good, or give yourself a break, or get a lighter weight or no weight. Okay, 1 more. Back to lower body. We're still sitting. Weights are right here, and we're going to step out, out, in. So we're not in a rush. We're going to use those muscles to move that weight. Option, you can lift the knee a little higher, only if that feels good. Be conscious of your lower back here. You might not want to lift the knee if you've got that extra hand weight on there. And then just to exercise our brain, start with the opposite leg. Coordinated movement is excellent for brain health. Just keeping track of things. Let's do this last time. Beautiful. All right, 1 more upper body. We've got those goalpost arms, tailbone tucked to the chair. We'll just do a few of these and then we'll stretch upper and lower body. Exhale on the lift, inhale down. Take a break or 2 more. Pause, let's just close and open 1 more time. Close, open, and gently bringing those elbows to our side. Let's stand as we begin our stretch. Placing those weights out of the way, again, keeping head above heart, using those legs, bending the knees. Water break, and then we'll come beside our chair, either side. Okay, you could be actually seated if you prefer. Let's just lift 1 leg and circle that ankle. We're going to bend that knee, lunge back again. Press that heel down. This time we're going to hinge forward. Notice my back is staying long. Ribs toward the thigh. I'm going to open 1 arm. If you feel comfortable, you can open the other arm, add a little balance element. But you've always got that stable chair to help. Want you to be safe. Safety first. As we lift that back elbow, back heel, bend both knees and just tuck that tailbone under. We're going to stretch these hip flexor muscles and quadricep that we worked hard today. As we roll through that foot, we're stretching the arch and the toe joints as well. Slowly change legs. You can change sides of your chair. You could be seated for this portion. And I'm just going to show you how you can do a seated lunge. You can sit to the side. So you can be standing or sitting. And here we go, that flying lunge. Long line from the crown of your head to that heel. Arms open, or just 1 arm open. As we sit tall, let's bend that knee and just tuck that tailbone under. Again, I'm rolling onto the ball of my foot. Stretching through my arch, stretching quadriceps and hip flexors. Bringing those feet together. You can be seated and lift and lower your heels, or you can be standing, working balance or holding onto that chair or other furniture. 4, 3, 2, 1. Seated or standing. I don't think I gave us a pat on the back this side. We'll just do it again just in case. And then wrap that hand around. Now really pat yourself on the back and then gently look away from the hand. Open that arm, a couple circles. Switch arms, lifting that elbow. As we pull down and stretch, take some deep breaths. Pat on the back, look away from the hand. Open that arm. Now just take a moment to stretch the chest, but I'm not going to arch the lower back. I tend to do that, so I have to really remind myself. Hips under shoulders. Give yourself a great big hug and squeeze. You did it. Give yourself a hand. And that is the end of our about 25 to 30 minutes of Move It.